So my name's Adam Wilkinson and I'm a location manager.
I am Katie Goody and I am a script supervisor.
My name's Conor Richmond and in the industry I work here in Northern Ireland in scripted drama development, and I'm about to start my first script editor job.
My name is Rachel Logan-Fee. I am a production coordinator.
I'm Katie Ireland and I'm a costume designer and standby.
My name is James Rice. I am working in production accountancy.
My name is Sarah Spears and I am a production buyer.
My typical day in the role is an early morning start, so getting up and getting to set, making sure that the crew are getting in. Once everybody's in and settled, then I'll usually go back to the office, do some paperwork before going out and scouting or spending time with another director, and then moving back to set again for any moves or for wrap. Once wrap's done, then a little bit of time spent again at the office or at home, catching up on any paperwork that needs to be done ahead of going into the location.
Depending on whether you're working on iPad, digital or on paper, we'd get our notes out, get ourselves ready to start before we shoot. So that means taking all the details down, so where the location is, making sure we know what scene we're doing, and then once we start filming, our job is to make sure everything matches. So continuity and keeping track of how many takes we do.
A typical day in my role could be really varied. We could be reading scripts and spec scripts, pitches. We work with a literary agency, so we're reading upcoming books that are being released in the next year. So you could be scouting for new stories, or you could be discussing with your other development colleagues and coming up with ideas for exciting new dramas.
There's no such thing as a typical day. Working as a production coordinator, depending on what stage of production we're in, if it's prep, shoot or wrap. We're in prep, we're running a diary, so we'll have ongoing meetings with different HODs, potentially casting going on. A shooting day, I will have issued a call sheet and lots of other documents such as risk assessments, movement orders, just so that the crew have the information that they need in order to complete their day. So really you're at the centre and you're the first point of contact for people in person and on the phone.
Typical day for me as a designer would be arriving in, getting the cast dressed, getting them ready for the day, and potentially going to set to establish looks, doing some fittings perhaps for the coming weeks.
Typical day in production accountancy is usually at the start of the week. We're very much focused on getting costs into the system so we can relay that to the producers in the cost report. As things go on, it's all about processing invoices, making sure people get paid.
A typical day for me would start off at the set, just to check in with the standby crew and make sure they've got everything they need for the day ahead, and then I would return to my desk and look at upcoming scenes and then set about finding all the proppage for the days ahead.
ScreenSkills is able to support young people setting out in their career, and people of all ages actually, by giving them bursaries, subsidies and training that will really give them practical knowledge and understanding of what they need to do to undertake their job. There's great support, for example, learning to drive is an important skill set, I think, and ScreenSkills will offer bursaries to teach people to drive.
Whenever I was first looking into script supervising, it was actually ScreenSkills that I went to kind of give me an overview of what the role was. And at the time I was applying for their trainee scheme, and they offer that every year for different departments.
My advice to anyone who wants to get into the industry is to just go for it, to take advantage of all the opportunities that they find and pursue everything, try every job as well. I mean, a lot of people who've worked in the film and TV industry haven't just done work in one department, and that's a great thing because then you have an understanding of what other departments need and what they do.
I think ever since I joined the TV industry 8 years ago, it has become very much a more diverse place. When I look at the crews and the makeup of the different departments,
I would say there's definitely more diversity within the industry, especially in the tech departments. I've seen a lot more girls coming into those departments, which is lovely to see. And probably in the last couple of years, I've seen a lot more guys coming into costume, which is also great because it's generally a more female-dominated department.
My top tip for anyone who wants to work in high-end television is make sure that every interaction that you have with anyone, make it a positive one. You never know who might be offering you a job in a couple of years' time.
My top tip about getting into the high-end TV industry is don't let an opportunity pass you by, and just please bring initiative and common sense to the table. And if you're able to do that, you will progress, no problem at all.